Okay, here we are on board my easyJet flight. We are inbound to Menorca this evening. This evening as post sim time. Departed out of Bristol earlier. I've still got to get this haze sorted out. Funnily enough, this time of day it doesn't look too bad, but when it was brighter earlier, I literally could see nothing of the ground through this haze. So, gonna go away and sort that out. Lovely views down there this time of day. Look at that. Oh wow, that does look good. Screenshot there. That's some beautiful haze there. It's, yeah, I do need to get it under control a little bit. So yeah, we're inbound Menorca. It's obviously a Balearic Island, famous of course for its endless beaches apparently. And we're expecting a runway 1 on arrival. In fact, I better just dial in the approach details. I have to get Active Sky up for that. LEMH station, LEMH. So 25 degrees, it's windy, it is windy, 20 knot winds at 30, so it's going to make for an interesting landing. It's sunny and clear but breezy, great visibility, pressure is 1026, so let's dial in those details. And unfortunately my pop-up doesn't stay popped up, rather annoyingly. So if I can just, yeah, I can't find it now, Active Sky, there we go. So performance, so we're looking at 1026 and 25 degrees. QNH 1026. 25 degrees, so it's sunny and pleasant in Menorca. And the wind currently is coming from 30 degrees at 20 knots. 30 degrees at 20 knots. 30 degrees / 20, so it's going to make for an interesting landing. 142 approach speed. Decision height, let's just get that up on my charts. I had initially intended to stream this flight, but had some issues setting it up for some reason. Didn't really want to play ball. Streamlad's done an update and thrown a wobbly over it. Decision height, ILS, C207. Okay. 7. Yeah, we'll just check the radio nav data, 110.30, that matches up. We go back to flight plan, and on the other FMC we'll put the performance info up, 142 approach speed, brilliant. So we approach the top of descent. There you can see the various towns far below us there. Of course I'm using extended lights. They look good, don't they? And we are just passing over Girona, interestingly enough. I say interesting enough because my next Ryanair flight will be to Girona from Frankfurt. Been in the air 1 hour 30, the flight time for this was just over 2 hours. We'll be beginning obviously our descent very soon. We will be needing to descend down to an altitude of 1,600 feet. There we go. So we come out over the coast. Beautiful sunset. We can see the coast there just ahead of us. That line of lights depicts the coast. And yeah, some interesting haze there. Yeah, I just need to tone. Yeah, the haze just plays up a little bit. I need to sort that out. See the sun setting over there. There we go. So yeah, the haze effects, as I say, I do need to do something about. But yeah, lovely lighting there. Does or can look very nice on its set. So if I can just sort out the haze, we'll be well away. It's a beautiful day, albeit blustery, in Menorca. Background live ATC from Zurich radar. So it's a rather overcast departure from Bristol earlier, and he said Brazil for some bizarre reason. And it's overcast across most of the southwest of the UK. You can see an aircraft down there actually. I don't know if you'll make it out on the downscaled stream, but there is one there that's working its way across, I can see. So that's pretty cool. And of course using live traffic, which does display aircraft now and again, at least certainly in the major airports. Some of the minor airports it doesn't show up so much. So it brings a little bit of life to the simulator. It doesn't seem to show every aircraft, you know. I know there's some sort of payware subscriptions you can pay for getting live traffic. Whether that improves, I don't really want to pay the money, and find out it doesn't really work very well, to be honest. Okay, let's take ourselves down to, what altitude did we say? Was it 1,600? Yeah, 1,600. So it's quite low for an okay, begin our descent now. Down into actually I just want to check the plan a minute. So I have to modify it a little bit. I just want to make sure it's going to play ball. Yeah, see, it sort of gets a little bit lost there, so that's going to be interesting when we get there. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We might vector ourselves, we'll see. Anyway, we are now beginning our descent down into yeah, the night's really drawing in now. Because this flight departed out of Bristol at just before 5 o'clock in the evening UK time. So 6, 7, 8, so we're about 8 o'clock 8 o'clock in the evening local time. Of course it's already dark. So yeah, the night's really drawing in now. So as we get into the winter months, we'll be getting a lot more nighttime arrivals on the simulator. These clouds ahead of us here. Just wondering about the lighting on those. No, it still looks pretty good. As I say, this haze, oof, that's just, this ugly soup of haze now is just silly. Yeah, it just doesn't quite feel right. Shame, really. Because other than that, I do quite like these. So yeah, it's a case of going in and sorting the settings out. So yeah, we're out over the Mediterranean now. Barcelona away to our right there, down in the gloop somewhere. And then across to our left, far, far away, is Iecco, or Iesio, or the bit above Sardinia, the French bit. Ajecco? Ajecchio? I don't know. Leave a comment if you know how to pronounce it properly, so that if I do fly there one day, I won't embarrass myself too much with pronunciation. So yeah, just a little bit of cloud about here, but as I say, clear conditions. So we should get a nice scenic nighttime landing, or dusk landing. It'll probably be pretty much dark by the time we touch down. I was wondering what the that's interesting. So it'll be interesting to see where the next leg for easyJet goes. A lot of Spanish flights recently, obviously Tenerife, Lanzarote, now going to Menorca, Ryanair's going off to Girona, Wizz Air is going off to Madrid. So if you like Spain and Spanish airports, then have I got a treat for you on some of my upcoming videos, streams perhaps. As I say, this flight was supposed to be a stream. I just had Streamlabs just Streamlabs and me don't always get on too well. So I could have spent a couple of hours trying to figure it out and not flying, or I just decided to get on and do the flight. It wasn't to be honest, it wasn't too much on VATSIM anyway. Plus I also thought that given the time of day I'm actually in reality flying this flight, which is a Thursday morning, there probably wouldn't really be anyone tuning in live for the stream anyway, especially as holidays are over. Most people are back to work or school or whatever now, university. So yeah, and if you're not doing any of those things, you're probably out and about, because well, here it's a nice day anyway. Doesn't really work if you're watching this from somewhere totally else. Plus it might be the evening where you're watching it from. I hadn't thought about that. Oh well, never mind. Anyway, we're just getting descent and approach, because let's be honest, that's a bit everyone that's a bit everyone likes. I mean, typically when I go on other flights and videos, I just typically go along and have a look at the landing. I don't really have time to follow people during their actual flight and everything. I'm just interested in the landing. I don't know, occasionally I do, to see if anyone's got some interesting add-ons or what have you. Two PM Pacific time. Pacific time, so it's about 10 o'clock tonight. Yeah, it's really got dark now, and we are continuing on our descent. You can see a beautiful sunset. Just going to get an external view. Let's check out that sunset. That really does look very nice. Oh, look at that with the water as well. That does look nice. Although curiously the sun actually looks to be below the horizon. It's probably just a little graphical glitch, but doesn't that water look nice? Again, well, it certainly doesn't 4K. I don't know how well it's going to scale down. Just a shame you can still see the sun through the horizon there. That's a bit annoying. Other than that, the colours look good. So yeah, at least as we descend, the haze will go away. Take that down to 1,600. Where's our feet at? There we go. Oops. Quite a bit of cloud about, which is interesting, because we're supposed to have clear conditions on arrival. Well, now the sun's disappeared. Ah, yeah, that sea looks beautiful, doesn't it? You like that? Okay, let's look at putting on the seatbelts now. So, turn that on as well, and we'll arm the auto brake for medium already. Arrival. And the island of Menorca is down there somewhere. I can see a little glimmer of light ahead, or is that just dust on my screen? It's gone again. Local QNH 1026. We'll be switching that over soon. Let's continue our approach. Let's to Menorca. There we go. Yeah. Even with extended night lighting, unfortunately, it still does pop into view. It's unfortunate that it does that. It just doesn't pop into view as close to the aircraft as without the without it. Oh well. So there we go, we have the island of Menorca in sight ahead of us there. So we descend down through 15,000 feet now. The airport pretty much directly ahead of us, although we can't see it yet. We'll just check my speeds on the FMC. So we got 250, 250, 250, barely 250 diesel. So we're a little bit late on the... See, I would like to be slowing down by the time we get to... let's have a look at the approach charts a minute. Thetis, I'd really be thinking about slowing down. Yeah. Might have to go manual on that. So. Yeah, I'd like to be 220 by Thetis really. 220 slash, let's see if I can get away with putting that in. No, it doesn't let me. It's not going to let me put it in here, is it? No. Okay. So let me put it in here. Sent 220. Okay, so 220 by Thetis, there we go. That's means we need to get back on that profile. So we're a little bit high above it now. So it's recalculated it obviously to enable me to achieve that speed. That's okay, we'll soon get back on profile with that one. Yeah, we really want to yeah, be 180 by Bell, don't we? Yeah, 220 and 180. There we are, the airport is over there, I can see it now. Let's get those lights on. So we need that on, that on, that on, that on, that on. There we go.
166 Romeo con Asteroida 133.050 there. 133.050, please, 166 Romeo there. This is range 9,200, maintain. Now, NVIDIA Papa reduced 240 knots.
Not a big island, Menorca. I mean, literally, we're looking at the whole of it as we go from left to right, scrolling there. So we're Luke Brown now. At the intercept altitude we should be at 9,300 feet, which we will, and then by Tetis we should be at 6. Yes, correct. It's actually got us at 3,000. Never mind. We'll see how this goes down. You can always do a longer track if necessary. Beautiful, and see all the roads and cars driving along down there. It's looking very, very nice indeed. So we continue our descent. The marker dropping down now. There it is, and you'll see us making a more concerted descent in a minute. There it is. We increase our rate of descent. Beautiful water there in the... It looks like it's still sunlight, to be honest with you. Let's just imagine it's the moonlight, yeah. It's pretty nice. Local QNH 1026, let's switch that over now. Encountering a little bit of turbulence now as we come down. There we go, the beauty of X-Plane at night. Yeah, that does look good. That does look good.
Contact me now, 132.285. NVIDIA Papa descent final 150.
So some cloud about. We continue our descent down through 7,500 feet. We'll be decreasing that speed soon. May need a little bit of speed brake to help us achieve that. There we go. So there we are, we'll get the speed down. We'll also go flaps 1 as well to help us with that. Get that, make sure that's armed. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm actually, because of the way that is actually tracked, No, we'll leave it for a moment. Let's see what it does.
Good to you, Swiss Flight Papa Quebec, climb to flight level 150. Flight level 150, Swiss Flight Papa Quebec. India Papa, reduce speed 210 knots for sequencing. Reduce 210 knots, India Papa. India Papa, descend to flight level 130. Flight level 130, India Papa.
Wind check seems to have died down. Let's just get the sky. Yeah, wind 14-19. Yeah, okay. Still pretty heavy. Interestingly, the wind can pick up as you get lower, and then it goes the other way around. So have the wind to the right as we come in. Paltair.
Juliet, clear Bravo Mike 2
See you a second one there.
Channel 240 to be the latest Seagate level with 15 Bravo.
Now where are we going? Yeah, I feel okay. Let's keep our track there. We will increase our rate of descent to that. And speed we will look to slow down to 180 as well. I have a feeling it's going to do that.
Go 4 to the 5 by Charlie Papa.
46 Juliet, it has flight level 150.
Descent from number 150, please 46 Juliet.
Flight Papa Quebec, contact with 128.05, Senegal. 128.05, contact with Flight Papa Quebec.
Hello, Senegal 250, complete pressing, yeah? About this, please, yeah, 0 sound is not important.
Okay, we've got the runway over there. Upon arrival, vacate to the right.
2,500.
Okay, we're below the glide slope, which is always a good place to be. 142 our landing speed. Wind is indeed at 20 knots for 7, so bear that in mind as we do our approach in. It's got quite a strong crosswind. On the localizer, hit that approach switch, there we go. We'll go flaps 2 now. And we'll take it down to 142, our landing speed today. There we go. Not sure where we're going now, because the airport is decidedly over there. Ew, that's interesting. Yeah, nice if we I don't know, we're lined up, kind of, I think. Obviously because of the winds, we've got to get down now. Boom, there we go. It's going to make for an interesting arrival, this one, with the with the degree of wind we got. Probably could have configured for landing a little bit later. Probably a little bit too quick on that. And yeah, pretty much bang on with the flight time. Said about 2 hours 5 minutes. It's 2 hours 6 minutes. There we go, we are on the glide slope now.
Approaching 01 left.
My aircraft. Yep. Let's keep that nose down. Not too much, obviously. A little bit of
500.
rudder to bring that back.
400. 100 above, 300. Minimum 200.
You're way too high. Happened there.
100.
Think rate.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 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 Retard.
Cool. Made a mess of that. Many braking.
Level 150, clear forward,
I'll vacate here. Welcome to Menorca. I'm not quite sure what happened at the end of that approach there, but I managed to avoid slamming it into the runway. But we found ourselves too high all of a sudden. I was paying too much attention to the lineup of the runway rather than anything else, I think. There's some hills here. Yeah, I probably do need to redo this tile, don't I? Oh, Jesus, yes I do, don't I? Holy crap. Okay, I'll redo this tile because this airport, as a surprise, the runway was okay, but I didn't check the rest of the airport, did I? Which is most certainly not okay.
13050,
Yeah, I did check. As I said, I did check this ortho tile before I flew it, but only the runway, which is why this terminal is on a massive hill. But we will go away and redo that tile. That's not a problem. There we go. Welcome to Menorca. Let's just plug ourselves up, and we'll have, of course, a look at the landing. Landing rate for that one was 131. Oh yeah, brilliant landing. There we go. So we recovered that nicely. We really did recover that nicely. Let's have a look at the actual landing because that was a bit messy. Nearly lost it on the glide slope there. The trouble is, when I came off the ILS, it instantly pitched up, and so I needed to pitch back down, and then I just lost my way a little bit somewhere because I was too focused on the winds. But I managed to recover that quite well, as we will see from this replay. So let's watch this back in a minute. Let's go outside. So there we are. We're coming in nicely. Not sure why I've not got the tail light on there, but never mind. You can't actually see too much. It's a bit annoying. Let's spin it around a bit more. I don't know why X-Plane replays do this. It's really annoying. Yeah, you can see the runway looks fine. But yeah, down we come, and then really have to pitch up there. Then I recover it nicely, and for a good landing, not too far off the centre line. Let's have a look at the runway view. That always gives us a good view. So here we are coming into land as we pitch down, and then really have to over flare, otherwise I would have just slammed into the I recovered that well, I think. Yeah, you'll see I really flare it back there, and then start bringing that right around, and then it looks really hard landing from that perspective, but I landed at -131. Let's just get a tower view. Here we are. So yeah, I allowed myself to get too high. This will probably give us a good view actually. You can see I really start to drop down here now, try to get back on profile. And then I get the old don't sink warnings, and then there you go, you see it there, really have to flare hard. And then I just managed to recover that. Not ideal. Looked a lot firmer than 131 the landing as well, I have to say. That's why I don't trust these landing rates. I really don't. Because to look at it there, it looked a lot firmer. A lot firmer. You're not really going to see too much on this replay mode. For some reason the wings aren't lighting up very well. But there we have it. That brings us to the end of another video. as always, I realise you had a choice of flights and videos. Thank you very much for choosing this one. Wish you a pleasant onward browsing journey, adventure, or whatever else you're going off to do now. And of course, I hope very much you'll join me again on another one of my flights in the not too distant future, or past if you want to check out some of my other videos. So from here in a, I was going to say sunny, in a mild but breezy Menorca evening, I bid you all a farewell as goodbye from me for now.